it has been like a emotional coastal ride, to be honest. Like at one point of time, we were like all given up on Messi, like he's not coming. This is just like the extension. Like for 3 to 4 weeks, we were just dragging that the La Liga is not approving our viability plan. Then the news came that the viability plan has been approved by La Liga, and then we all went through a roller coaster again. That Messi is coming back. It would be 99% it's done. It's just the paperwork which remains. But then Messi and Messi's father and Joan Laporta meet. That happened. It was all positive news until then. After that thing happened, it was just a matter of one guarantee which Barcelona need to give Leo's father, that it would be that he would be registered, should be a guarantee for his father so that he could play for Barcelona. But our club never gave that guarantee. And then today, this morning, we got the news, we got the blast that he's leaving for Inter Miami and he's not coming to
Hmm.
Barcelona anymore. So it has been a roller coaster ride since, I don't know since when, because I can't remember when it all started. I have also read some reports in which it stated that his kids have started going to school in Barcelona. So I was pretty confident that his family would at least live in Barcelona, but I don't know what is the truth. And the truth now is that he's not coming. Lionel Messi is not coming to Barcelona. So that's full stop for his story, I believe.
Yeah, as you correctly, I think, gave a course of the story. The viability plan was like 200 million euros. Barcelona, including all the exits of
Mm,
Griezmann, Piqué, Jordi Alba, uh, Busquets, and then couple of exits which were expected in the summer window, which was probably Umtiti and Longley, Dest,
mm,
accounted for like 160 million euros. So 160 million euros were done. The priority with this, of course, was to extend or to register the new contracts of already like existing players at the club, which was or
mm,
which were Araujo, Gavi, Marcos Alonso, Sergio Roberto, and then registration of a newly signed player, which was Inigo Martinez from Athletic Bilbao.
mm,
And then the
mm,
idea was to present a formal contract to Lionel Messi. But then the problem was, as you mentioned, that he wanted guarantees, and to be able to register Messi with La Liga, Barcelona were short of 40 million euros. This is my problem. Actually, I have a lot to say on this aspect. First
mhm.
thing, these entities, they are multi-billion euro industry,
Yeah.
multi-billion companies. For
Mm.
these companies, 40 million is a piece of cake. You
Yeah. Should not
like
be like a big hurdle in its path for sure.
Yeah, like Barcelona, if we remember, Niket, last till the time Laporta, got re-elected to be the president of Barcelona. Barcelona were like, I think they had 1.3 billion euros debt.
1.4, 3.4 or
Yeah,
1.4, yeah, billion
yeah,
dollars of
so
yeah, debt.
ballpark like 1.3, 1.4 billion euro debt,
Yeah.
something which was basically Al Hilal giving to Messi. But anyway, it could be nice if Al Hilal can give Barcelona that much of money. But eventually, moving on. So my point is, like, when, in spite or despite having this 1.4 1.3 billion euros debt, Barcelona could still sign, let's say, Lewandowski and Rafinha, because of
Yeah.
course they had to pull these levers and sell some part of studios and all that. I don't want to go back. So my point is, like, these companies, they can function in spite of having such huge debts. So 40
Mm,
million euros was not a big deal. So I think,
mm,
first of all, La Liga has done a tremendous job of uh, screwing or fucking up everything big time. you know I'm just surprised because they lost Ronaldo. They have already lost Neymar, a few years ago.
no, no,
They
Shubham,
lost.
I'm not actually surprised by La Liga putting all these impositions. Like it matters, like 40 million matters the world to them. I am not even actually surprised, because if your president is biased for one team, he is definitely going to create some kind of hurdles for the other team, like its biggest rival. I mean, it was evident that he's supporting Real Madrid in open spaces. Like in the interview, he said that he was a big fan of Real Madrid, and we have seen how his behavior towards Barcelona has been in past years. So I
Yeah,
was not actually surprised by his behavior. It was all him being the president of the league. He was just using his power to determine what the future of the club looks like. And I think that's what he did. He just, how do I say, he just pulled the elastic to the limit that it could just break off. And probably that was what was the case with Leo Messi as well. Because even he knows that 40 million is not a big deal. He would be happy to just lend that $40 million from his own pocket to the club and join Barcelona. But I think what happened was the the league president, he just screwed it up altogether.
yeah. So this is what I'm saying, is he could have easily relaxed the conditions that he imposed in Barcelona. And
Yeah.
mind you, like, I of course, I mean, what you said, I completely agree, by the way. But I'm saying, like, he is not just anti Barcelona. He's just, his actions have been, called out by different clubs in La Liga as well. So not
Mm,
just Barcelona, but in general, if I don't have the facts top of my mind, but if you
mhm,
compare, let's say, the amount which all the clubs combined in La Liga spent in the summer window of like last year, 2022, or like
mhm,
the winter window in January 2023, it was like 1/10 or 1/15 of what Premier League clubs spent.
mhm,
So this is
mhm.
not because of lack of money. This is, like, because many of the clubs are actually owned by billionaires. This is
Yeah.
because the league is imposing so uh, like, terrible conditions on clubs, like, and that is one of the reasons that basically Barcelona could not offer guarantees to Lionel Messi. The second
Yeah.
point I want to go on and mention is the official season hasn't ended yet. Like, okay,
Mhm,
the matches have ended, of course, but the season ends on 30th of June. Okay,
mhm, mhm.
so Messi is still under contract with PSG, by the way. So of course, I mean, he is a free transfer. I mean, he will be a free agent. Sorry, at the end of his contract. So technically, according to the rules, he can negotiate with anyone from 1st of January. But
Mhm.
the summer window ends at the end of August. So we still have 2.5, actually more than, or close to 3 months time remaining. So 40
Yeah.
million euros generating in resources of 40 million euros is not a big deal. Not a big deal, because of course Barcelona will be able to offload many players, to be honest, because
Mhm,
if Real Madrid can terminate the contract of Eden Hazard, and they can not, decide not to extend the contract of Ceballos, and Asensio, and Mariano, and they, if they can do this, it's not a big deal for other clubs as well. I'm just giving them
mhm,
as an example, and what a beautiful actually job their president is doing, because he's straightforward in understanding what he needs to do for the betterment of the club. So
mhm,
Lionel Messi, I feel, was probably rushed a bit. So I really don't want to blame him, to be honest, because I understand that what he and his family went through in 2021, that, as you mentioned, like, he was being told that everything has been set and the contract is ready. He just wants to has to come back and sign, and then he can, of course, start his season. And eventually he realized, or he was told, that there is no way Barcelona can afford him.
mhm,
um, so I understand that what he might have gone through, but it's too soon, man. It's too soon. And his father was acting in such a way. It's not mine. I read this tweet, so I don't remember. So I otherwise I could have given credit, but someone had tweeted, that Jorge Messi is behaving as if Laporta is playing FIFA. And he's trying to sell players on FIFA in 2 minutes. In normal life, it doesn't happen like that. So
Mm,
I agree, man. I kind of agree. This
mm,
is not done. This is simply not done.
yeah. Actually, what you are talking about, I also read about it somewhere that he wanted to sell Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, and Kessie. He tried to sell Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, and Kessie
Yeah.
after La Liga gave us the green light for the viability plan. So
Hmm.
yeah, I have heard the same news. I have read it about somewhere. I'm not sure whose news that was, but yes, they were trying to
Gerard
sell
Romero.
somewhere, but no,
It was Romero.
it was Romero. Yeah, so no one got sold off. So I don't know what is going to happen in this summer window as well, man. Like let's focus on Messi for now. Then I want to ask you some couple of more questions, Shubham.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go through some of the some of the quotes that came off from Messi's interview with Mundo
Hmm.
Deportivo, which he gave just recently, where he
Yeah.
announced everything. It was a bombshell. So he said,
Hmm.
like, I really wanted to return. I was very excited to be able to return, but on the other hand, after having experienced what I experienced when I left, I did not want to be in the same situation again. I did not want to leave my future in someone else's hands. So at certain point, I understand what his family and him might have went through or gone through, sorry. But I don't know, man. Let's say that, okay, he literally the next statement, he said, like, he wanted to make his own decision. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's consider that he had basically two decisions. One was Al Hilal, and another one was Inter Miami.
Inter Miami.
Okay,
Yeah.
they both had already presented him official formal offers, right? And Barcelona hadn't. So let's imagine that he said, "Okay, I understand what you mean. I understand that Barca's economic condition is not exactly in the best way possible. So let me wait till August 15th. Okay, I'm just playing around here, and then if you still don't offer me like a proper, like, you don't even if you present me a proper official contract, then I'm gonna go with these guys. So it would have still been his decision, Aniket. And
Hmm.
Al Hilal and Inter Miami would not even dare to say, like, no, 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 we cannot let you wait till 15th of August. We want you to tell at till the end of this week. It's not a job offer for us that we have to make a decision in 2 days. It's Messi, and Al Hilal and Inter Miami must be licking his boots to even join them. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't understand this rush. So I genuinely don't buy this story. I genuinely don't buy this story. There has to be something which is being hidden from us, and I just wonder
Of
what it
course, there
is.
are many things, Shubham, which are hidden from us. Like, what do you think of Laporta when he says that we are doing everything to get Messi back on the board? I mean, the last time he said the same statement, and this time as well, he is actually saying the same statement. So I don't take his words. I don't trust him anymore. He is a politician. He is a businessman. So he's thinking in that way. That is for sure. So,
There are many different paths to go on. To be honest, if we discuss this, first thing is, yes, he's a politician. Okay, more than a manager, he's a politician.
of course.
What I think is, let's say that Messi wants to return. He does not think that Messi's return is accountable for future. It's
Mhm.
just present, and he wants
Mhm.
something to look forward to the future. But can he really say this? Like, no, I don't want Messi. Can anyone say in the world, like, is
No,
does anyone has this power of saying,
no,
like, no, I put my foot down. I believe that we are post
no,
Messi now, and I believe in future. No, like, it's impossible. As
no
long
one.
as
Yeah, no
soon
one has the
as
guts to say that. That is for sure. And no one should say
as
that, to be honest.
mm, okay, like, I don't have an opinion if anyone should or not say, like, should say or not say. I don't care. I mean, with reason, you can. I mean, as long as it's just not hatred, you can. But I'm saying, like,
Mhm.
as soon as he says this, his presidency is over. It's
Mm.
over, because then his rivals would be like, taking all the socios with them. So it's not possible, first of all. Second of all, so I don't know, because even Messi said this. Like, he in his interview he said, like, I don't know if Barcelona did all the things that were,
Possible. Yeah,
possible. Yeah,
possible under their belt. Yeah.
yeah. So big statement, to be honest. Lack of
Yeah.
trust. I mean, there is a great deficit of trust. There is no hiding around from this fact.
Yeah. No, and whatever he experienced the last time, there should be a deficit of trust for sure. I mean, let's put ourselves in his boots. You go on vacation, everything is set and done. You come from vacation and you just don't have anything on the table. How would you feel? How would
Yeah,
I feel? So,
especially
of course,
when
I
you are
would
the
trust.
best player in the world.
Exactly.
That's that I
Exactly. How would you feel? You would feel betrayed. You would feel like there has been something going on. There would be misunderstandings, and that is for sure. That is going to happen. No doubt about that.
mm,
But whatever he did, I mean, I don't want to blame Messi here. I don't want to blame Laporta as well here. I think I don't have anyone to blame in this situation. It's
mm.
just the circumstances which are playing their own, which are paving their own path here. I don't blame Messi. I don't blame Laporta. But whatever just happened, it just broke my heart. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, clearly. Also, like, second point I was mentioning, and to continue on what Laporta, Laporta's thinking is
Mhm.
like, yesterday, late night, there was a news saying that from Romero, of course, because nowadays all the rumors are coming from Romero. So the news was his transfer to Barcelona, or his return to Barcelona. I mean, Messi's return, of course, to Barcelona was, or has been, sort of, gone off the
Okay.
track,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it needs it needs a miracle. The club needs a miracle to pull that off. So
Mhm.
at that point, actually, what I thought is, club is deliberately trying to leak this news so that everyone will think that, oh, there is a chaos, there is a fire in the house, and then Laporta will come and save, with a miracle that he said, like, there only a
There
miracle
should be
can
a
save.
miracle.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
he will become the hero, not Messi. So, because he's a
Mhm.
great politician, so, he can do that. So I always felt like, he's trying to do something like that, but this one was, I don't know, like, this one was absolutely,
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
This one
shocking.
caught,
He
this one
he
caught
said, like,
everyone off the guard, man.
yeah, he said, like, he just had a discussion with Laporta like one or two times,
Mm.
but most of the times what was happening is, he was discussing with Xavi, and Xavi was trying to convince him. Xavi was, trying to, since he took over, they have been discussing if it's possible, to, uh, for him to return. Would it make sense? Would it? They were also talking on the sporting side, like, would his return make a sense to footballing? The football which is being played at Barcelona currently. So I understand that there was a trust deficit, but what played around with Laporta, and his theatrics, and, I don't know. But just to finish this, or actually, no, you can say, if you have any thoughts, you can go on, and then I want to come back later.
So, I mean, I just have one thought, which is heartbreaking. It has been heartbreaking for Tulas since 2018, if I'm not wrong, 17, 18, and all the heartbreaks. It's like shattering piece by piece. You gave us some hope, and then you give us, I don't know, I don't know. It has been heartbreaking, man. You can continue on your point.
Yeah, so he there was also one question which surprised me a bit, and I genuinely don't know why these things were discussed, and, just the politics of football, man.
Mm.
The journalist of Mundo Deportivo asked him that, as soon as Barcelona informed Messi in 2021 that there is no possibility for him to sign, few months later, in January, Ferran Torres was bought for 55 million euros. How do you feel about that? Why do you need such questions, man? Like, whatever the decision of Lionel Messi is, why do these journalists and the media, it's so negative, trying to spark out rumors, trying to spark out some gossip? It is terrible, honestly.
Yeah. So I was just going through Messi's interview.
Mm,
He says that a future return to Barcelona perhaps is perhaps in any other position, and he was quite positive about that role that he would be coming to Barcelona for any further positions. Hopefully, one day I can contribute something to the club and help because Barca is the club that I love as I always did.
mm.
So I don't think so. He would be coming back as a player anymore to the club. There is one rumor which was roaming around in the month of January or February. I'm not quite sure what month it was. That Inter Miami was going to sign Leo Messi and he could loan him out to Barcelona. So this
That
is
is
just a rumor. That does not make any sense. That is like I don't know why that rumor came, but it was just a rumor, I think. So, but the interesting part is that he went to Inter Miami. I think he has been also offered some part of the club after he retired there, or the deal is
no. I
something like
think
that, right?
not a part of not a part of Inter Miami per se, but he has an option to buy one of the MLS clubs.
Oh, one of the MLS clubs. I thought it was some
Yeah.
part of Inter Miami. Oh, okay.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are three things. I think first one is he will get a part of like a cut of uh profits, or I don't know, like some resources from the deal which is between Apple Plus and Inter Miami. The
Hmm.
second thing is Adidas, who is like the official sponsor of Lionel Messi. The Adidas company, or like the products which are connected to Lionel Messi,
Hmm.
whatever profits that will increase after his move to Inter Miami, some of the profits will go to Lionel Messi, and the third one, which is to be able to buy a club in MLS. Then there
Hmm.
is the just I was thinking about, because I was also going through the interview, and it's being said like with Busquets and Alba, we never agreed to go anywhere together. I made my decision for myself, and I don't know what they're gonna do. So I think Busquets is gonna go to Inter Miami, to be honest. And Arey, hello, Marathi Cooler, our friend and our crime, our partner in crime. He always comes to our podcast, and uh, you know man, you if you want, you can join the live in the story. The next story is with the live, the link to the stream yard, so you can join. Let's talk if you are available, if you're free. But you know coming back to the Busquets thing, I am genuinely glad that Alba and Busquets basically retired or did not
Hmm.
sign an extension with Barcelona, because just imagine what would have happened if Jordi Alba would still be at the place that he will be earning, or he would have earned like 36 million euros next season, when Messi cannot be able, isn't able to come when Jordi Alba is still there. So I feel these players just got saved, and now all the the scapegoat is basically it's Laporta, to be honest.
Yeah, and I have also heard the rumor that Busquets and Jordi Alba are also set to join Inter Miami with Lionel Messi. They are also trying to persuade Luis Suarez and Neymar. So these
Hmm.
five players could join Inter Miami. I'm not sure how would the negotiations be done. I think Jordi Alba and Busquets could join them, should join Lionel Messi, but I'm not sure how what happens to Luis Suarez and Neymar. But
Hmm.
yeah, as you said, I am happy that Jordi Alba left, and that might also be one of the things for Lionel Messi not returning to Barcelona because when he when we read the statement that he was demanding that Busquets and Jordi Alba should stay here. So I don't know. That
Hello,
might also
Abhishek.
be. Oh, hello, Abhishek. How are you?
Not a Barcelona fan, but my friend. So thank you.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I hardly doubt about Neymar though, because Neymar, I don't think he is still, I mean, way far from his prime, but he still has got it to play in Europe. I mean, well,
yeah.
Messi also had, but he had no other option. Uh, well, I think he had options because apparently Messi has said that he didn't want to play any other club except for Barcelona in Europe now. So there is a possibility. I mean, he did not, or he wasn't in the mood to even evaluate any
Mm,
offers from European clubs because he was focused on Barcelona or returning to Barcelona. But whatever. I think Aston Villa was one of the clubs which were interested in signing him. I heard that Chelsea, because after arrival of Pochettino, his fellow Argentine, uh, they were interested in him as well. But
mm,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I understand for him. To be honest, it's a bit disappointing because well, the quality of MLS is a bit poor, to be honest. And he is, I think, because of his shift, and his understanding of playmaking, he can play much longer than, like,
yeah.
let's say Ronaldo or like Ibrahimovic played a long time, and that's a rarity. But it's very hard for strikers. Let's say you look at Diego Costa, you look at Aguero, you look at Falcao. So these were fantastic strikers, but it is being hard. It is really hard because
Mm,
strikers, you need to do some kind of things.
mm,
But when with age, goes away from you, it gets hard. So I think it would have, or it would still be much easier for Messi to still play long time because he does not have to run. The
mm.
physical ability of Messi is is basically none. He's
He
known
was
for
never a
his,
physical player. He
yeah,
was always a tactical, strategical player. So
yeah.
I
So
think
his
he could take that role on and he could just continue whatever he's doing in his position, staying in the final half, final third of the field and creating his magic, creating those fantastic, fabulous passes, doing all those finish shots and stuff like that. It could be possible for him to run a long race as Ibrahimovic did. Talking about Ibrahimovic, he just announced his retirement in this week. So happy retired life, Ibrahimovic as well. Uh, he was one of the players to watch, man. Like a full
yeah,
360-degree player, I would say. A good player.
yeah. I mean, your favorite player basically
Yeah,
to pick on
yeah,
FIFA. So you
yeah.
should,
Indeed, indeed.
yeah,
So Shubham, now that we are on this topic, I think that's all about Messi we wanted to talk about. Yeah, man, soccer.
yeah,
Soccer now. Marathi cooler, it's soccer, not
yeah.
football anymore. It's
Yeah,
soccer.
very good point by Dwarka Prasad, the Maraticular guy. Guys, if you
Yeah.
are, I mean, right now it's quite late in India, so I think people will watch this tomorrow. So who will be watching tomorrow, please, uh, subscribe to his podcast. He does great stuff in Hindi also. So don't go by his name. His content is in Hindi, so you can understand. He has great analysis and he knows so many people. So always you will find new faces, new perspectives. So go and watch his content. But yeah, it's gonna be hard for me. I'm not gonna go with soccer anyway. For me, it's always will be football, plain and simple. To be honest.
Hard life, eh? Because
Yeah.
here I have to explain them. No, no, I'm not talking about football. I'm sorry, I talk about soccer. So
Yeah.
whenever these guys ask me, "Are you a football fan?" The first response is yes, I am a football fan. But then I'm like, no, 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 not football fan. I'm a soccer fan.
Yeah.
Then all of them are like, oh, soccer fan. Then they just move away. It's like, ah, okay. So
Yeah.
that is what it is. But Shubham,
Yeah.
it's one question for you. Now that Messi is not coming, what would be Xavi's next step or the club's next step? What do you think would be the signings which we required for this season?
Yeah. So having said that, what I said about how probably Laporta was not too interested in getting Messi because he's more of a future person.
Yeah.
So I feel that probably it is like a blessing in disguise. I mean, I'm not saying that this is not sour grapes by any means. I love Messi and I would have loved to see him back, but not at the expense of selling a part of future. Like I
Mm,
know that Messi's 2 seasons will be amazing and there is a possibility of winning a Champions League, but is it really so important that we have to sell Ansu Fati, who could play 10 years, or Rafinha, who also could go on playing like 6 7 years? So
mm,
yeah, and even in the former podcast, I had mentioned this is I would not want to sell, let's say, a future person to sign 2 seasons or 1 season of Messi. It's too much to ask for. So it would have been a great signing if Barcelona had their resources in place and at
yeah.
check, so they
Mm,
could directly sign him without uh, taking a stake out of Barcelona's future. But with
mm,
that, and having said that, now I think they will go with for Carrasco. Carrasco is a must because
mm,
now they just need to have 40 million resources. So I believe 15, 18 million could come from Longley. I think 4, 5 million Umtiti. I mean, Liche. People are really happy with Umtiti. And one of the ultras have said about Umtiti that Umtiti is the greatest player in the history of the club. So yeah, take him, man. And best thing about Liche is they have survived the relegation, so they are still in the Serie A.
mm.
So man,
Yeah.
cash him out, cash him out.
Cash him out. Cash him out.
Five,
Do more
four,
than happy
five,
for him.
5 million euros and cash him out. So these are 20 million, and then Kessie 35 million could be amazing. I know it's too ambitious,
Mm,
uh, but cash him out. And so 40 million done and dusted. I believe that it is impossible in bold and capital letters to buy uh, Bernardo Silva. Okay, so please, I just hope that the rumors are not gonna be again with Bernardo Silva. Yeah, so everyone is blaming Laporta, but it's not his fault. FFP, yeah, of course. Yeah. I completely agree with Dwarka Prasad Maratikula. It is true. I also don't believe that Laporta is at fault. To be honest,
yeah.
FFP has been an issue, and Tebas, La Liga overall, the management is troublesome. Especially what I was mentioning is they since Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi, now Messi twice, Benzema, Vinicius in a very bad state. La Liga is not having a great star at all. So it's okay. You are. Yeah, that's true. Dwarka Prasad has made a word play with Umtiti. So Lord Umshiti. Yeah, 4 million euros, man. It would be nice because even to get rid of Umtiti and to also earn, so to get rid of his salary and to earn 3 4 million would be amazing. Yeah, 10 15 million, 15 million. Let's say Clement could be nice. It feels weird for me to say Clement because actually Clement is the name of my boss as well. So anyway, getting 15 million euros for Clement, yeah, I wouldn't want to sell my boss. But yeah, I was saying like La Liga could have acted in a better way, but it is what it is. About Laporta, because now we are talking about if it's Laporta's fault and not. Yes, it's not. I I would understand. Like, I genuinely can understand that the reason that he did not go for Messi, but I have to come back to this point, which was, okay, I actually, let me just pull this out,
Hmm.
and it's the official statement of Barcelona. Okay, so on Monday, 5th June, Jorge Messi, the player's father and informed club president Joan Laporta of the player's decision to join Inter Miami. Despite, okay, it is okay. It's just maybe club is trying to clarify on that part that they did everything, but apparently there was already a decision in place, so they could not do anything.
Mm.
Uh, Despite having been presented with a proposal from Barcelona, uh, now I have a problem with this because there was no need. Okay, because on Messi's side they are saying that there was never a written proposal. Uh, but club are trying to put on or put off like an official statement saying that there was a proposal. I would really like that there was no such stupidity. There was no need to say this.
Mm.
And but as of now it's still fine. The next statement pisses me off big time, and this is, President Laporta understood and respected Messi's decision to want to compete in a league with fewer demands, further away from the spotlight and the pressure he has been subject to in recent years. What the fuck in you know real world? How can someone say that? How can this be
Yeah.
a club's official statement about their best player in the history not returning to their club? It is it is unbelievable. It is
So that is
unbelievable.
basically disrespecting the players, that he just don't want to take on the responsibility. He just don't want to take on the
Yeah,
pressure. He just don't
yeah,
want to. He just.
yeah,
It means like they are just trying to blame the player for not accepting their offer.
yeah,
What they asked was just the guarantee that you would be able to register Lionel Messi at the end of by the end of the transfer season. That's what they wanted, but they just don't want to give that. I mean, rightly so. It does not. I mean, there is no guarantee that that the 40 million clause could be met by the end of the season. There is no guarantee. So I support Laporta on this one as well. But what statement the club gave is absolutely wrong, I would say. They should not have said such kind of things about their legendary player, one of the best in the world. I mean, why do you have to indulge yourself in such controversies?
yeah. This is
Basically,
this is
at
like
that
a
time when the
this is
club is
like a
not performing well.
yeah, this is like a personal statement that you make
Yeah,
to a friend, saying that, oh man, he wants to do this because, like, it's like that girl, okay, the girl does not love me, the girl loves someone else. Okay, what can I say if she, it's
yeah,
like that kind of mentality. It's that childishness. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
This could not be a club statement. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if Laporta would have said that in his personal capacity, I would have accepted that. But
Hmm.
the club tweeting this statement is not acceptable. I mean, bro, are you just kidding
Not
me?
even
He is,
tweeting, man. Not even
yeah, it
tweeting.
was the
It's like
official statement on their
on the
website.
website. It's
Yeah,
it's
it
on
was
the
the official
website.
statement on the website. Yeah. So if the club is
Unbelievable.
putting that on the website, it's a shame, I believe. I don't know what has happened to our club since. I don't know, man. The club was not the same when I started following it. It was completely different. It was, as per the statement, masculine club. It was larger than a club, but now it's just like some ordinary clubs who is just trying to. I don't know what it's trying to do. It was not the same. It, many things have changed in past years. Many, many, many things.
Yeah, yeah. So just of course, as Dwarka Basad mentioned, that there are so many departures except for Umtiti, and Longley, and
Yeah,
of course Laporte and Alemany have to work. There's Umtiti, Longley, Alex Colado, Trincao, Ferran Torres, Abde. Yeah, Abde's departure could be interesting depending upon arrival of Carrasco. Sorry, Alonso and Eric. I am afraid they will not leave. I wish them to go. I wish them to,
Yeah.
play on Mars if it's possible. To be honest, I especially Eric Garcia, man. I
And what do you think of
hate
Ferran
that
Torres,
guy.
Shubham? Do you want him to play in Barcelona?
No, no, no. I mean, I would never want. I wouldn't even wish that to Madrid. Like, forget about Barcelona. I wouldn't even want Ferran Torres to play for Madrid. It's
Yeah, so it
terrible.
has been frustrating to watch these players actually, Ferran Torres, Eric Garcia, even for that matter, Alonso, man. I don't know what he's
Yeah,
doing. I thought he was a good replacement, but he never performed. He never performed at Barcelona in Barcelona's t-shirt. So I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's very true, man. Like Pep Guardiola and whose whole team was such in a good position when Pep left, but yeah, this is what
yeah,
happened. I mean,
yeah,
the best years basically of Messi have been
yeah. True.
ruined by Sandro Rossell and Bartomeu. I
Yeah,
mean, best
yeah.
years of his life.
Mm, mm,
He won. He could have won easily two, three more Champions Leagues because
100%.
the team was good, with some good vision and like an overall good attitude. It could have been so nice, but yeah, that's true. Ferran is not even fit to play for Churchill Brothers, but you know he is playing for Barcelona, and apparently Barcelona pull that they call about, the pull that Madrid pull and Barcelona pull is so strong that these players just don't want to leave. It's like a government job for them. In
Yeah.
India, I don't know. In other countries, it might not be the same, but in India, the
No, no.
government job
It is.
is like the in Canada, is it the same?
It's the same in Canada as well. Even the government jobs here in Canada, they are pretty relaxing and chill. But
Mm.
it's actually like it goes same as India. It's difficult to get in, but when how and when you get in, it's like just the same. No difference in there.
Mm. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is, and just
Mm.
yeah. I mean, I'm disappointed to finish the stream. About the future. I believe that now, and I'm genuinely happy. I'll tell you why that Messi did not come, because we still have to sign a pivot. There is no
Yeah,
place for a pivot.
yeah.
We need to sell to buy a great pivot, because Xavi has been crying his soul off, saying that without a pivot, we won't be able to even play football and compete in Champions League at all.
No,
So
which
we
is
need a
true.
pivot. So yeah,
Yeah.
the money should be spent on a better proposal, better proposition, and it has to be a pivot. So I think now probably,
So I think there are two main positions which need to be filled out. The first one is pivot, and the second one is your right back.
mm,
We also need a right back if Xavi wants to continue with 4-3-3. I think which he would. Um, if he does not if it does not continue with 4-3-3, then I think we are good with our defensive line. But if not, we definitely need a right back, and we definitely need a pivot for
mm.
sure. And yeah,
Yeah,
what do you
exactly,
think?
man. I mean, at one point, that Dwarka Prasad mentioned that, yeah, it happens, man. I mean, we have so
Yeah.
much to talk, but it feels like it's useless to talk about it. So true. But there was also some rumor saying that Xavi is interested, or he is not just interested, but well, he's trying to insist to the board that he wants two players at every position. Okay.
Mm.
So in that aspect, I think, except let's imagine, like, at right wing we have Rafinha and Dembele. At left
Okay.
wing,
Yeah.
let's say if we have Ansu Fati is not sold, and we have Ansu Fati, and let's say Carrasco or Abde, whoever joins, or
Mm.
whoever comes back. Um, um, then at left back, of course, I am not happy with this, but Xavi is apparently, and he has Marcos Alonso, supporting Balde. So there are two positions, two players for that position. We have Inigo Martinez, Christensen, Araujo, Eric Garcia, Kunde, five players for two centre backs. So, more than two positions, two players per position. At
Mm.
right back, we have Sergio Roberto, which is not a right back. Kunde does not want to play as a right back.
Yes, right back. Yeah.
And Julian Araujo, well, he just played one game against Vissel Kobe. I watched the game. It was uh, what he just did was he he had the ball. He went ahead till the like the mid pitch, and then he looked back and he gave the pass to right center back. So it was the whole game. He just went to the mid pitch, looked back, gave the pass to right center back always. So
Yeah.
maybe first game is 6 months. He hadn't played before since his arrival in January. So okay, let me cut some slack for him. But apart from that, I believe we must. And exactly this is what I was talking about is when you look at these positions at striker position, we only have Lewandowski. Exactly
Mm.
the position that I did
Mm.
not mention is we
Mm.
only have Lewandowski. And to be honest, rather than Messi, I would of course go for Victor Rock. You know,
Mm. Yeah.
an 18, 19-year old, I think 17, 18-year old. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
old he is, and who can play 12 years easily, 12, 14 years for Barcelona if he can maintain his consistency. Yeah, I think these positions are more important than Messi. Messi, of course, it would have been a great last dance, but it's like imagining butter when you don't even have bread. It makes no sense. Yes, butter is amazing, but the bare minimum, you must have bread to be able to enjoy butter. So, yeah, I wish the best for Messi, but I think Barcelona need to be quite practical about their approach in this summer window.
So apart from this, what do you think Xavi's plan would be? Do you think
I
he
don't
would?
know. I
So
don't know.
what does the path looks like according to you?
I
Is
think
there any
Gundogan
path, or is
Gundogan
there?
will come. I'm sure Gundogan will come now because Barcelona are
Mhm.
quite confident about getting Gundogan.
Mhm.
I don't know
What about
about
Bernardo Silva?
no impossible, impossible, impossible. Like
I think we discussed in the last pod as well, right?
yeah, yeah,
About
yeah,
Bernardo Silva. Yeah.
exactly. It's impossible. So
Mhm.
if you want to go through it, I mean, you can talk, but I genuinely have nothing to talk about Bernardo Silva.
No, no, let's not talk about it because
Yeah,
we have it discussed in last pod. If anyone wants to listen to it, you can go and check out the last pod as well.
yeah.
So
So
Gundwa, you are saying Gundwa, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I think Gundogan will come. There
Karan
is no
or
possibility
Gundwa?
of. There is no. It's not possible to get Kimmich. I think
Mm. Bayern
you know.
Munich will not leave him, man. It's very difficult to get him.
No, it's not possible. It's simply
Yeah,
not possible.
it's impossible.
Yeah,
All right. Yes.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yamal is a great. Yeah, yeah.
So
So
what I have seen, I'm not sure. What I have seen, according to Xavi, is that he is targeting experienced players. He could play Jamal on that position. He could also play. I'm forgetting the name, man. Torre, Pablo Torre. He could also play Pablo Torre.
man,
He's not
Torre,
giving him
man,
any chance,
he
right?
had such a great game against Vissel Kobe, man. What
Exactly.
a game!
Exactly.
I was
I
sitting in the
mean,
office and I was just couldn't take my eyes off my mobile, man. It was great. I mean, I was
it was
thinking
an
like
amazing
all
game by Pablo Torre.
all
Yeah.
the season, all the season when we spent Pedri's injury,
Yeah.
when we
He
used to
could have
go
given
for
him a
we could
chance.
we were going with stupid formations,
Yeah.
trying to play
Yeah.
Balde and then just trying to
Mm.
cross the hell out of the game. We could have easily played Torre, man. What
Yeah.
a player!
He could have easily played Torre.
But
I
unfortunately, he
mean,
will he will go out on a
so
loan.
what is
I
happening is like, you can you remember how Ricky Puig was to Koeman? I think Pablo Torre is for Xavi. He is not
Yeah,
giving him
yeah.
any chance. So I don't know what is up with Xavi and Pablo. but he should have gotten some minutes. Probably in the next season, we could see him more. I don't know. I would love to see him more. Torre can bench Pedri and yeah, if given chance, that is for sure. Yeah, he is rigid. Basically, what I want to say, Xavi is rigid. When he came as our coach, he insisted that he would be using 4-3-3 regardless of whatever player we had, because it's the natural. How do you say? It is the natural Barcelona formation. But eventually, he came up to 3-5-2 at the end of the season. Like, it depends on player, what profile players you have. The formation depends on the players. It's not like Barcelona have been using 4-3-3, so it is like the rigid formation. No, you have to change sometimes. So I don't know, but I would definitely want Torre
Yeah, yeah,
in our
yeah. Sorry,
team.
but
Probably they will sell him.
I'm afraid he will go on a loan or something. So Gundogan, Gavi, Pedri, De Jong. Uh, yeah, I think we only have the four players. Like, am I missing someone? Nico, if Nico comes back, I think Nico
Yeah.
should come back. Uh,
I
but
think he will. I think he will. If we do not sign any midfielder like the defensive midfielder, I think Nico would be coming back.
I heard that there is a possibility that Nico will go on loan to Real Betis. So I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know.
I don't
I haven't seen that. Um,
Yeah,
what do you think about?
creatively,
Would
Gavi
you?
is not good. So creatively, Torre is a
Hmm,
perfect replacement for Pedri.
hmm,
So
yeah.
as exactly what I said, like when Pedri was injured, we could have be licking our fingers if Torre had played.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think Xavi was just too pragmatic. Probably
Mm,
in the hindsight, we don't know his decision paid off because it was, of course, risky to play with a creative midfielder because the creative midfielders normally don't track back, don't defend too much. Their
mm,
focus was to is to move ahead. So probably with the pragmatic approach, we won a lot of 1-0s, and then that's
yeah.
the probably one of the reasons we
Yeah.
won the league. So it's easy for us to criticize someone, but yeah, Xavi seems to have like something against Pablo Torre for sure.
Yeah. I think we all agree with this statement. Like he
Yeah, yeah,
deserved to be first team.
Nico is a good player. So for example, I really, if uh, excuse me, if Zubimendi doesn't want to come, Kimmich is not possible. Let's say Rodri is not going to leave Manchester City at all.
Mm.
So the only option we have is like a bit of Gundogan.
What about
Frank,
Amrabat?
yeah, Amrabat. I don't know, man. I don't believe that Amrabat can actually just play as a one pivot kind of
Mm,
midfield. To be honest. So
mm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was Rodri, Zubimendi, and Nico. That's true, and I believe that it should be either it should be Rodri or like sorry Zubimendi because Rodri is not coming, or it's Nico, and I would believe that a Nico, Gundogan, Frankie De Jong kind of a let's say mix
Mm,
to play either one pivot or two pivot could be okay, and then we can have Gavi and Pedri or Gavi and Torre and depending or something like that. Or
yeah.
could be interesting is to have a direct exchange with Inter on Brozovic. Brozovic is a great DM, so if he can come, then things can change, because Brozovic can directly go in the first team of Barcelona. So Brozovic, Nico, two players as DM. Then we have other midfielders as Frankie De Jong, Pedri, Torre well on loan, Gavi, Ruben, what's his name? Fuck, Ruben, the oh, I blanked out. I
What,
blanked out.
what
What's
would you
the name
talking
of
about?
the midfield? Ruben Neves. Sorry, yeah, Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Amrabat. Yeah, Amrabat is not a single pivot player, so I don't know if we can afford two pivot to limit the creativity. It could have been nice to play two pivot if there was Messi.
No, that won't
Uh,
work for them now. Yeah, exactly. As you said, if Messi would have come, then we would have had the opportunity, or we would have had the privilege of playing two pivots. Not anymore. We don't have anything for two pivots now. It would be just one pivot,
Yeah,
and everything should come from your pivots and your midfielders. So
yeah,
those are the three basic blocks of Barcelona's passing. If any one of those blocks fail, then I don't think it would be possible.
yeah. And this stupid Eric Garcia pivot thing boils my blood
No,
to the
no, no,
to the
no,
fundamental level, man.
no, no, no.
When I look at Eric Garcia playing as a pivot, I'm ashamed of being a Barcelona fan. To be honest, I couldn't be uh, more, let's say, behaved when I'm
No,
speaking
actually,
this.
at first I thought his ball positioning skill was good at
This is
par,
what this is
but
what we were told. I think this is what Pep, the fucking
no,
baldy,
no, no, no.
basically sold Eric Garcia, or I mean, well, he did not sell because it was a free transfer. But this is what he was very smart. He convinced everyone that oh no, Eric
His
Garcia's
ball position.
ball position and ball distribution is great, even though he makes some mistakes defensively. What mistakes, man? When he makes a mistake, it's a goal concede. He concedes a goal. It's very very clear.
No. So yeah, when we saw his ball positioning skills, it was okay. But when he saw him playing as a defensive midfielder, it was like it was. I don't know. I just turned off the match. I'm like, no, I don't want him to see as the pivot. It was a nightmare. Even for him, it was a nightmare. He could not even do anything creatively in that position. So no, Eric Garcia on pivot, it's a complete no-no.
Yeah.
And I do not even want to see him in defense. I don't know why. I do not even want to see him there.
Yeah, it could be as Dwarka Prasad says that Frankie plus Amrabat or Zubi or Brozovic or Nico could be a two pivot system. Yeah, it's interesting, but in this aspect, I like this two pivot system with Frankie as long as the pivot is really good at the ball distribution or on his feet, because
Mm.
Frankie is a player who likes to move.
Playing
He's
between the spaces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some exactly. So he is not a player who can limit himself. So he
Mm.
is a player who can dribble. He can break lines, not creatively, but let's say I don't know, uh, just as take-ons to be able to find players like not Lewandowski, but to find players like Pedri, or to find players like Ansu, or to
Mm.
like Balde, something like that. So I would love, as long as there is someone who can hold his ground, like Busquets used to do. So a Nico
Yeah,
kind of a player, or a Brozovic kind of a player, Subimendi kind of a player.
exactly.
So it's gonna be hard, yeah.
I think that
It's
is
gonna.
what Marathi Cooler is also saying. What you just said.
Hmm.
It's like the repetition of. I think he's getting your heart. He's trying to get to your heart, Shubham.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's also nice to, because Nico is strong, physically
Yeah.
strong, and also I believe that his stint at Valencia must have helped him to understand,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. The
nooks
role
and
properly. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I think the only things that we need is a good ride back. Well, I
Mm.
don't know. I just hope that Barcelona don't go with this stupid Munir and, the oldies, man. It's just
Yeah.
I when we used to buy Thomas Munir like on FIFA. It's 2014, 2018, that kind of place. You cannot go
Yeah.
with Munir right now. It's not
No.
possible, especially to play for Barcelona.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced. Look at Bayern. They have at left back. They have Alfonso Davis. They have what's his name? Uh, what's happening to me when with the names?
What?
The,
Why are you getting so
ha,
anxious about the name, Shubham?
yeah, I don't know. Probably I'm getting old, man.
Yeah.
He is Hernandez, I think, the French left back, center back, left back. So, in spite of having, I mean, well, they're trying to sell him to PSG, but in spite of
Mm.
having this, they have signed uh, Dortmund left back. Um, who just finished his contract. So we should be looking at something with open eyes. I believe that Alemani is quite good with this. So let's hope that he will be able to sign like a couple of good right backs, or even one right back and one DM and one striker.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, that's
actually
true.
good.
Yeah, Brozovic is killer everywhere in midfield. So it would be really nice if we can, exchange with Brozovic and like Kessie. But
Hmm.
I don't know if we should believe the rumors which are in the news. Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think as of then we have covered all everything. Just at the end, we wish Messi the the best of luck in the new league, and we hope that his family is much happier in the US than they were in Paris. Uh, and let's hope that he can come back to Barcelona, not like probably as a player, which I don't think it's possible, but at least as an ambassador, or at some sporting level in
Yeah.
the sporting structure. And Barcelona and Laporta can stop making these stupidities and idiotic press releases saying that Messi is gonna play in a less competitive league or something like that. And yeah, let's say, I mean, now we are done with this saga of Messi, and now there were some rumors linking us with Neymar and Bernardo Silva. So I just hope that this
No,
transfer
that is
window,
not going to happen.
yeah, this transfer window, we are not like the classical Barcelona. We are just discreet, and I hope that Barcelona can sign all their players like they signed Malcolm. You remember?
Not sign. They could sign n number of players, register as well, sign
Mm.
and register. So yeah, uh,
Yeah, yeah. So I think. Yeah, Leo will now work with the years we have had. Yeah, I hope that he can play till 2026, man. That would be nice. Yeah, yeah,
let's see.
of course.
Now it would be
Actually,
my chance to see Lionel Messi.
yeah, I mean,
Let's do it some.
yeah,
Let's do it sometime.
Toronto is playing in MLS. So
Yeah,
when you visit your family in Toronto, you probably you can go and watch. I mean, if you're
Lionel
really
Messi
lucky,
playing
or
it.
actually you can go to see your family when Miami are
Exactly. They
visiting
are
Toronto.
playing
So
Toronto. Yeah, exactly.
would
Right.
be, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that would be a great game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Dwarka Prasad Maratikula, for staying with us so late, because right now it's 4 in the morning in India,
Yeah.
and now I'm gonna sleep as well because I have to go to office tomorrow morning. Aniket, enjoy the rest of your free day in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think that's we will.
We will just wrap it up here,
Yeah.
and we all just wish Lionel Messi all the best for his all future endeavors. I think he would become the highest goal scorer in next MLS season, probably by uh, I don't
Soon,
know.
man. Soon. Good night.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I think Aniket, let's wrap this up. To all the listeners, please join us live. From next time, you can ask questions, abuse us in the comments, whatever. And then yeah, let's go with Barcelona for Sabasa. Aniket, ciao.
for Barca. Bye bye.